Chapter 20. Too Many Suspects. I sucked in my breath. Maisie Alderson had been on Carl's videos, passionately kissing Dr. Lehman. Why hadn't I considered she might be a suspect? Here she was, asking about Carl's computer. He probably had been blackmailing her as well. I could definitely see Maisie killing Carl, mostly because I disliked her so much. Then again, just because I didn't like someone didn't mean they were a killer. "Vi!" shouted Karen from behind the counter. "If you scrub any harder, the table isn't going to have any finish left on it." I could feel my cheeks heat up as Maisie and Tammy stared at me. Quickly gathering my cloth, cleaning solution, and plastic bin I carried dirty dishes in, I made my way to the back room and began unloading the bin into the dishwasher. Out front, I could hear Maisie loudly complaining to Karen about workers who blatantly eavesdropped on customers. Maisie was of the opinion I should be fired. Karen agreed, but under company policy, she could only discipline me. I rolled my eyes so hard they almost fell out of my head. If Maisie would stop gossiping in public, or keep her voice to a real whisper, no one would be able to overhear anything. Setting the dishwasher to run, I came out to the counter just as Maisie and Tammy were leaving. "Next time, just concentrate on doing your job," sighed Karen as she reached past me for more coffee filters. "I hate dealing with customer complaints." "I will," I agreed. It was easier than arguing about Maisie's propensity to gossip. Besides, Karen never lost an argument, even when she was wrong. The rest of the workday was uneventful. I did have a moment where I was a little upset I forgot the laptop at home. I had meant to drop it off as soon as possible to Officer Pesky. Now I wouldn't likely have the opportunity to turn it in until tomorrow. Right after work at the cafe, I was scheduled for a shift at the information desk at the Autumn Heights Town Hall. It's a volunteer position, and my way of giving back to the community. I usually do a few hours there each month. Basically, we get a tiny bit of counter space near the reception area of Town Hall itself to help tourists with any questions they may have and freeing up the Town Hall staff to do their work. It's October, so we tend to have a lot of visitors at Autumn Heights. People love to tour the town with its fall colors. The trees are magnificent in their reds, yellows, and orange leaves. We get busloads of people who enjoy our fall festivals and activities. The cemetery tour we're putting on this weekend is a large draw, with repeat visitors coming back each year to see old favorite legends and new history we manage to research. It's been fun being Mary each year. She is one of the favorites of the crowd, and I like to think that I do a good job in portraying her. Someday, I will have to pass the torch to someone younger who can continue the role. However, I hope to have a few more performances in me. Sitting down at the desk, I stashed my purse before putting the "We're on lunch break" sign back in the drawer. I typed my password into the computer and brought up a game of Killer Sudoku. It's a slow day. I only get to hand out a few maps and brochures between games as the time passes. I, however, do manage to beat my all-time high score for Sudoku, which probably isn't all that impressive, since the only time I play the game is here at the information booth. A commotion from the reception area of the town hall catches my attention. The man standing at the desk is obviously upset and has raised his voice. "I don't have the money," his voice carried in the quiet lobby. "I'm sorry, sir, but the taxes are 90 days overdue." The receptionist tried to keep her voice hushed, but the acoustics made me just able to hear her response. "Can't I do a payment plan?" he asked in desperation. "If you had come in during the first notice, we might have been able to, but it's not town policy to do payments on tax accounts so far in arrears. Perhaps I can make you an appointment with our supervisor," she offered. "He might be able to help you." "I haven't been able to work," explained the guy, running a hand through his hair. "Things have been very tight lately. I had some unexpected expenses." "I understand. I will make that appointment for you. Here is his card." She handed him a small business card. "I expect he will call you this week to talk to you about the matter." The man muttered his thanks, taking the card. As he walked past me to exit the building, I can't help but notice it's Joan's son, Danny. I feel bad knowing about his financial difficulties. I had gone to school with Danny, and he was an okay guy who had a family and worked in construction. Joan had mentioned something about how Danny had a work accident a few months back and hadn't been back to work since due to injuries. I shrugged, shutting down my computer as the end of day approached when my phone rang. Digging in my purse, I looked at the screen to see it's Greta calling. "Hi, Greta," I answered. "What's up?" "Someone has broken into the house." Thank you for listening. If you're enjoying the story, consider subscribing to the channel. You can click the little bell and you'll be notified every time a new video drops.